the delivery of the project depends on that. You can't say some of the things we were hearing is, oh, well, you know, this group came and then they decided they wanted 20 more costumes and we had to do it. So for me as an artist, I was thinking you were compromising your quality because you had to then do 20 more costumes that you didn't know about. That's not how it works. In the beginning, you have to say, well, we're going to do 2,000 costumes. We're going to work with 16 schools, I don't know the ratio, 20 community groups, 10 colleges, and there's no way to be the same money for everyone. It all depends on what you're going to deliver as a school or what you're going to deliver as a community. And that is important because that way you can't give somebody the same as if one school has 60 kids and you have a community group have 12 people, it can't be the same. There's no way it can be the same. So the budget is important. A budget is one thing that you need to look at. The other thing you need to look at is communication and administration. Again, in our case, I look at the whole administration of the project and the artistic and management side of it. So what I didn't see is a management side of I couldn't get any paperwork when I was there. I couldn't get a budget. I couldn't get anything. So it's just like you can't control the project without a strict management process. We have a program that we work on. I've been doing this for a long time. So now I have a program on my computer. So I can literally pull a program up and say, this is what we're going to do. This is what it's going to cost. In our world, I can tell you what anything is going to cost because I have done it so many times that I can go back to different projects and say, well, this is my management project. I have a production plan, I have a time scale, I have a delivery, I have a number count, I have everything. So you could come to one of my projects and sit with me and I can say, well, this is my, whatever you need to see. He visited me in Liverpool and so on, and that's how everything is planned and everything is did. Everybody had their notes of where they should be, what they're doing and why they're doing it. You can't have a set of people on a project of this scale not really sure why they're doing it. So we have regular meetings where I call in whoever my production manager is, and you not necessarily question them in a certain way. They've got a written direction what they're supposed to be working on, and we just do an account of being accountable there. So there's one girl that does all my community stuff, and I call and say, we sit and we go through how many communities, is there anything we need to look at, what is needed. Everybody has their worksheet. So our whole program is run through the computer, run through that process. So I really don't have that much work anymore. I've done a lot of work already. But my whole plan is on computer now. So when I started my program, I know when I go back from here, my October is spent on design and concept. So the October time is when I plan, I visually know what 2010 is going to be. We go back March, next year, is the first contact with community and schools. They will get their first email or their first handout to say, this is 2010. We give them a month and we contact them again to see who wants to be involved. And that's how our process starts. So for May, because our event is at the end of July, for May, we physically start looking at making. Because we do all the large costumes, we do all things. So that whole, I can tell you my plan till September next year. I already know what's happening from now to September 2010 in terms of work. And it's all planned, all there, it's all on computer. And that's something we didn't, it wasn't clear. How does it run? No, I didn't really get the feeling like somebody could say to me, well, I couldn't sit with somebody and say, well, this is how my singing came. She sat on my computer, she sat in my meetings, and this is how we do it. Everybody has a worksheet. So I don't have to check on anybody. We have regular meetings, and everyone knows why you're here and what you're doing for our project. Even up to Carnival Day, we have one meeting, and somebody's in charge of different elements. I I just ask them, are you playing? Is there any problem? Any issue? We go through that, it's fine. Nobody. If we have any issues, we deal with it there and there. And we solve it there. They go off and they do it. And I don't have to literally say, you do this, you do that, you do the other. Everybody has their work, and that's where administration, communication, and management plan comes into play. There's production plan that goes with that. There's the whole budget. There's a budget control. Obviously, your budget has to be in control. So everything should be planned. This is not. These are not projects where it's only 20 people. This is a project of 2,000 people. And I'm sure it's probably 5,000 people in terms of the process from February to now. It's not just the 2,000 people in costume. You've got a lot of people that pass through your whole system, and you need to start keeping control of what's going on. That's what I'm saying. For me, this is our 8th year of doing Liverpool Carnival. So I know everything that's happening. I know everything that's being. The only thing I have to change is the visuals. So the management. I'll try and speak that. Skill development. I did say that everything is here. You didn't need to make anything better, but you need to develop on your skills. I wouldn't say, you need to make your work better. I wouldn't say that. The work is good, your art is good. I've seen all the art, I've seen everything, it's there. It's just a skill development. It's how you use it. Somewhere we had an evaluation meeting, and someone said, was talking about storing the costumes off the carnival. We don't have a big space. Our space in Liverpool is 1/3 the size of the market workshop. It's not big as that. It's 1/3. I would say it's about 1/3 the size of your market workshop. And that's our storage, our workshop, our mass camp, our everything. My office, everything is there. And it's it's space management, that's also important. Someone asked, how do you store these costumes? All our costumes are designed with that in mind. I don't have a big space, so all my large costumes, all that you see that we do, have to be disassembled and stored in that little room. So management and skill development, our skill, what we've done over the years, look at that in terms of costuming. We looked at how to make a costume and make sure we can package them, make sure we can use all our large costumes when we recycle. The small costumes are there, people can wear it. And in terms of skill development, the quality is what's important, because we have costumes that have been there since 2005, and I can bring it out. And if a group what we do now, if a group don't want to make costumes, or don't have the money to be involved, we give them the opportunity to take part in Carnival, and we recycle those costumes from whatever year, and give them the opportunity to get dressed in it. So our recycling, not necessarily only the materials, but the actual whole costume. But each year we may have costume community groups that come on board, and they may come on board late, or they may have no money to get involved, because our community groups have to pay to take part in Carnival. It's not all free for us. We don't have township to give us money. We've got the Giles have to get all the money for the whole infrastructure. So some groups contribute, and we charge for everything. So it's not the same where you all have a great township that gives you all the money. We've got to bring the money in. So some of the community groups have to pay. So you may find a group that's really excited about being in Carnival because they've seen it and they want to take part, but they have no money, or they have no skill, or they came on too late where they don't have the time to really get involved. We recycle costumes from years gone by and say, well, you can come and wear this costume and they can take part. And after that experience, next year, they find the money to be involved because they enjoy it that much. So, skill development, touching on different things. The reason for doing it is part of what I said is we do Carnival for a reason. And each Carnival is different, each Carnival has a different reason. A lot of time it's celebrating something. We in the Caribbean were enslaved